did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner. It works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Tonight's newscast. John Pinelo back at work following allegations of bribery. Belize receives first asylum seeker under a safe third country agreement. Belize City Council wants to present a $46 million bond to potential investors. And the Goldson House in Belmopan celebrates what would have been Philil Goldson's 103rd birthday. These stories and more up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
Brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Looking good, Mom. Hey guys, I'm off to run some errands. Please tidy up this place. No! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner. It works.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Friday, July 24th. I am LJ Wade. Deputy Chief Forest Officer John Pinelo is back at work following a brief administrative leave. Earlier this year, Pinelo was accused of bribery following a formal complaint from businessman Cesar Godinez. Godinez alleged that Pinelo solicited bribes. Godinez submitted a report to the ministry that reportedly included screenshots of electronic money transfers and documents that allegedly showed Pinelo as a shareholder. However, Pinelo is now back at work. According to the Minister of Sustainable Development, the documents were reviewed, but due to a lack of evidence, Pinelo was allowed to return to work.
Has the investigation been completed?
Practically, yes. The report that we received was reviewed by a small committee along with the Chief Executive Officer. That investigation was based on the official report. We can't go on what was on the media with no living proof. as you know, if you get something that is just by word of mouth, doesn't have as much value as if you get something that is written with a signature. So he has returned to work. He will operate as the Deputy Chief Forest Officer, and then the ministry will make the recommendation to the public service. The public service communicates with the Public Services Commission, and hopefully pretty soon we can get somebody appointed as acting Chief Forest Officer until we get a Chief Forest Officer.
So the position won't be given to him?
Not as yet, no.
He can apply, or is it that he's been discounted as?
No, he can apply, and the Public Services Commission will decide whether or not he qualifies for getting that position.
So that committee cleared him of any wrongdoing?
Maybe not as put it in those words. I think that there is not enough evidence provided. The report that we got did not come with any evidence. It just was a 2 or 3 paragraph letter that we got.
And so did they reach out to the complainant to say, well, is there anything else you have, or you would have expected he provided everything he has?
If I am not mistaken, the letter said, if you need any further information or any evidence, please contact us. But he should have provided that when he sent the letter.
But then if that is stated, then you request.
Yeah.
So that wasn't done.
Well, they are requesting the information because he didn't provide any, but also how long will we be able to wait? Okay. We need to continue our work.
Belize has received its first asylum seeker under the Safe Third Country Agreement. The agreement was signed between the government of Belize and the United States in October of last year and reinforces Belize's commitment to international law and humanitarian principles while ensuring strong national safeguards. Under the agreement, Belize retains an absolute veto over transfers with restrictions on nationalities, a cap on transferees, and comprehensive security screenings. Following a 72-hour notice given by the U.S. State Department, the government of Belize deemed a Haitian national seeking asylum permission to reside in Belize.
2 months ago, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs signed off on the third safe country with the United States of America. We have received our first asylum seeker a few weeks ago. That particular individual, I believe, is from Haiti. Our ministry plays a very critical role in the entire process. Of course, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has the lead on it, but our refugees department specifically, along with the UNHCR, are responsible for integrating those individuals into society, providing shelter for them, providing food for them, helping them to get on their feet with the different processes and integrating into our Belizean society. And so our refugees department plays a very critical role in the entire process. We are given 72 hours notice of the individual coming on a flight, and primarily based on national security concerns, we would do a background check on the individual. If something negative comes up, something that we are skeptical about as a country, then we have all right to deny that person entry or leave to land in Belize.
So would you say 72 hours is sufficient?
I believe so, yes. We checked with the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Special Branch, and they had indicated that their system of checking that would be sufficient.
A tentative trial date has been set for Elvira Mulholland, who is accused of attempting to murder her husband during a 2024 shooting incident on the coastal road. Mulholland, who is represented by attorney Dr. Lyndon Jones, appeared before Justice Candice Nanton in the High Court on Friday, where the matter was scheduled for October 2nd. However, the date remains tentative because Mulholland is currently on trial in the Magistrates Court on a robbery charge arising from the same incident. According to the defense, the robbery trial, which began in April, has not yet concluded and is scheduled to resume on the 3rd of August. Attorney Jones told the court that the evidence in both cases is closely connected, making it impractical to proceed with the attempted murder trial before the lower case matter is resolved. Justice Nanton adjourned the case to October 2nd for a case management conference, at which time The court hopes the robbery proceedings will have concluded so that a trial date can be finalized. Mulholland was committed to stand trial in the High Court in July of 2025 following the completion of a preliminary inquiry. She is accused of attempting to murder her husband, Jeffrey Mulholland, during an incident on October 25, 2024, near mile 12 on the coastal road. Police allege that after an argument, Mulholland followed her husband in a separate vehicle, forced his pickup off the road, and during a struggle took possession of his licensed 9mm Glock pistol and shot him. She was later detained by police while allegedly attempting to flee the area. Mulholland remains on bail pending the outcomes of the High Court proceedings. It's no secret that the People's United Party has its sights set on the San Ignacio-Santa Elena constituency come March 27 for the next municipal election. The Prime Minister has gone on national television announcing that next year that constituency will go blue for the first time in almost 2 decades. Former PUP Mayor of the Twin Towns, the Honorable Orlando Habet, also says that next year the PUP will reclaim the constituency.
We have had close elections. The last 2 elections were really close. Our candidate, Mr. Aaron Mai, has topped the polls for us. And in the 2 past elections, he is not only a very personal person that can get and has the character and the attitude when he speaks to people and treats people, but he is very participatory in all areas. He participates in the activities of the council along with the mayor and the other councillors. He participates in our activities. He's always involved. He's a teacher, and he has a lot of students who know him. And very importantly, we have been losing the last elections, particularly because we have not gotten the support in Santa Elena. We have won San Ignacio, but we have lost Santa Elena. And one of the things that Santa Elena is asking for is that at one time they were asking for their own municipality, but they would be satisfied if they would get a mayor from Santa Elena. And Aaron Mai is from Santa Elena. And we are confident that he will not only get the PUP votes from Santa Elena, but he will also get some UDP votes from Santa Elena because they will vote for him as a Santa Elena resident. But he's a dynamic young man, and I believe that we have a very good chance of winning the next elections.
We'll take our first break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
We came in and we worked with the IT vet management or contractor, and together with the SIF team, we rehabilitated, refurbished these buildings. A big part was the leaks. We had leaks on the roof. We cleared it, we sealed, we painted, so we shouldn't have leaking roofs again. We got a total refurbishment. Leaky roofs, the computer lab, the kitchen, everything was refurbished, and it was much needed because now we could better serve our trainees starting all the way from Bay Vista and maybe even further south. Persons who will be coming here to get trained to get their skills, because we do go by our motor skills-based bills.
We found this place quite in need, where we had very low enrollment, very little attention being paid to the needs of this area of the South. And so these things will go a long way to ensure that we can do a good job at serving our community, and in particular the students who are going to be coming here for this very important training in technical and vocational education.
Manholes play a critical role in keeping our sewage and drainage systems functioning properly. They allow our maintenance teams to inspect, clean, and clear blockages. When covers are missing or compromised, the entire system and the public are placed at risk. Stealing or damaging manhole covers is a criminal offense and creates dangerous conditions on our streets and sidewalks. Motorists and drivers are reminded that it is an offense to park or drive on sidewalks. The weight of vehicles, large or small, can crack and dislodge manhole covers. In an ongoing effort to protect lives, property, and public infrastructure across Belize City, your Belize City Council continues its citywide manhole cover replacement program. Since the launch of this initiative, thousands of damaged or missing manhole covers have been replaced, improving safety, accessibility, and the overall appearance of our streets and sidewalks. Despite these strides, manhole covers continue to be stolen or damaged, creating serious risks for pedestrians and motorists, including severe injuries, traffic incidents, and damage to personal property. If you see a manhole cover that is broken, missing, or unsafe, report it immediately. Take a photo and share the location with us via WhatsApp at 673-9055 or by calling 227-2308. Remember, maintaining manhole covers requires a shared responsibility. Together, we can prevent accidents, protect public infrastructure, and keep Belize City safe for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Convicted BDF soldier Mark Anthony Alberta has been sentenced to 17 years, 10 months, and 3 weeks in prison following his conviction on 2 counts of sexual assault. The sentence was handed down today by Justice Candice Nanton, who ordered that the sentences run concurrently. The matter stems from incidents alleged to have occurred on April 5th and 6th of 2024 involving a 17-year-old girl. During the trial, the court heard evidence relating to the circumstances surrounding the assault, including video evidence that was recovered from Alberta's cell phone. Alberta, represented by O.J. Elrington, maintained that the encounters were consensual. However, after reviewing the evidence presented during the trial, on July 3rd, the court found him guilty on 2 of 3 counts of rape. In sentencing, Justice Nanton considered the seriousness of the offenses, the victim's age, the harm caused, and aggravating factors related to the circumstance of the case. Alberto must undergo counseling, medical and psychiatric treatment while incarcerated. Upon his release, he must provide his residence information to the Commissioner of Police and the Ministry of Human Development. The Belize City Council is considering the possibility of floating a $46 million bond to potential investors across the old capital. Deputy Mayor of Belize City, Philil Miller, described the potential bond as a financial tool that can be used to fund major projects across Belize City.
I would not want for anybody to get the idea that we're taking on $46 million in new investment. We had over $20 million worth of existing investment, and so what is happening is that we are reprofiling that, meaning that we are turning it from short-term investments, 1 to 2 year investments into the city, into longer-term investments, 5 to 10 year. But as a part of that as well, we're also taking on some new investments, and that has been going well. I think we have been doing a good job of encouraging the public and private sector to invest in Belize City. As you know, it is one of the most attractive offerings on the financial market. There's a lot of liquidity out there in the market. And I think the Belize City Council has effectively managed our municipal securities offering over time. I am proud to say that we have never defaulted on an interest or principal payment, even through the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, even through the impacts of Hurricane Lisa and all the economic implications that came along with that. We have been able to meet every single payment. We continue to do what is necessary to build our interest reserve fund and our sinking fund, and those continue to be managed properly as well. And so I'm happy to report that that has been going well. It's essentially a financial tool that we use in order to do some of the capital projects that we want to do. This time around, I think in our prospectus, we had quite a few things, including the expansion of our e-mobility fleet. And so we will be building that fleet, which is something that the residents of the city has been asking for us to do. In this specific offering as well is, of course, we are making allocations for additional infrastructural upgrades. I'm sure you have seen all the infrastructural upgrades we've been doing across the city, and also infrastructural upgrades that we plan on doing before the end of this term as well.
Miller was also asked to comment on the current conundrum that Tony's Barbecue currently finds itself in. Tony's Barbecue, an iconic vendor in Belize City whose stall is situated under the Belmopan Bridge, is being asked by the Ministry of Infrastructure to relocate. Deputy Mayor Miller says that the council will be meeting with the owners of Tony's Barbecue next week and will explore a number of locations that they can relocate to.
Mayor Wagner has made a commitment to Mr. Tony and Ms. Beck that they will meet next week. I know they are exploring a number of locations, and I think one specific one being on the Freetown Reserve. But I can't speak to the specifics of that arrangement as yet, as we have an impending meeting with them and our technical team, like our city planner, our city engineer, and so that we could have a holistic look at the proposal. And then I'm certain that once an official decision is made in terms of their new location, that would be made to the public.
Today, the Department of Youth Services week-long first aid and swimming camp came to an end in Belmopan. The camp was done in partnership with the Belize Coast Guard and the Belmopan Fire Department. A number of children from across Belmopan participated in the camp and learned safety tips and, of course, how to swim.
Along with the Belize Coast Guard, we began last week Friday with the fire department who came in. The gentlemen, the firemen in Belmopan came in and gave our young people a full day's session in first aid and CPR and so forth. So that complements the swimming done by the Coast Guard with us. So it's a collaboration. It's working. We have our young people. Our mandate is from 14 to 29, but we do have some younger folks who were excited and came, and the Coast Guard said bring them along. So we have a few more from there, but it's been a great week with them. We've been able to couple it. So along with these skills, the Department of Youth Services also brings in our officers. We give them life skills, team building, mental health trainings. So it's a very, very compact but a very, very gratifying training. We close off today's session with our certificate ceremony. Well, this display, as you all are seeing, they showcase all their talents and their skills gained to their parents, our stakeholders, and everyone who can see how they have progressed over the past 4.5 days. But we close off in a minute with a short ceremony and present the certificates to the young people so that they have this staple for their accomplishments.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and New Growth Industries also held a camp and today closed the curtain on it. It marked the completion of the third district-wide camp under this initiative. Over the past 5 days, 116 children from across the Cayo district gathered to explore agriculture through hands-on activities and interactive sessions curated to build on appreciation for farming and food production. District Camp Coordinator Emilio Montero told us more about the 5-day program.
All the planning for camp started 5 years ago, and then 2 years afterwards, the minister approached me if I could coordinate a youth in agriculture summer camp, because that's one of the things we're targeting, youths, because we have, as you heard before, we have an aging farmer population. So that's the importance of engaging youths in our summer camps, and that's how it all started. So here at Central Farm, we have 5 key important units that we transmit information across the country, across our agriculture stations, to educate as much of our Belizean population in agro-processing, horticulture, livestock, aquaculture, and finally beekeeping. Those 5 areas are key areas for us that we want to share information and knowledge to the young generation. It's really, really important because as we all know, within the education system, children, that's where they learn at the earliest in primary schools. So we try to target ages from 8 years old all the way to 14. That's where most of our youths tend to grasp as much information as possible. So that's the areas that we're targeting: primary school kids in the different rural communities across the districts in the country.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture, Louis Alex Bologna, says that the camp is aimed at reaching children in their formative years in order to inspire the next generation to see agriculture as a future career path.
We started this last year because some of the children started asking for it. But when I started analyzing and I see, as I mentioned in my speech today, when a public officer retires, somebody young is hired to take over. And in many other instances. But when a farmer passes away or he cannot no longer farm, then nobody else takes over. And there is a huge need for us to have young farmers to take over. But unfortunately, our young people are not inclined into farming. So we want to wake up the interest of our young people from the primary school level, and that's the reason why I decided that we need to do this from the primary school level and sensitize the children so that by the time they get into high school and tertiary level, they have already awakened their interest in agriculture, because we need to be self-sustainable as a country. We are encouraging our other area representatives to collaborate with us, and like I said, as a ministry, we are prepared to go and do these summer camps for the other districts. In Orange Walk, the former area representative, the former Minister of Agriculture started his over there, and we had it again this year, and now we had in the Stan Creek district. And we are hoping that other area reps can request, and we as a ministry would be prepared to go and do these camps with them as well.
Today, students not only left with complimentary school bags and certifications of completion, but with a seed planted in agriculture and the role it can play in shaping their future.
What made you decide to join this year's camp?
So I have a garden at my home and I want to improve it, like make it better because we want more vegetables and stuff like that. And I also wanted to learn and make friends.
Okay. What's something that you've learned this week that you think will help benefit you in the future?
I learned about bees. I learned about cows and sheep and goat. I learned how to plant, which will really help me with the garden. I learned how to cook, which will help me to help my mom sometimes because she really works hard. And I just like what I learned. Yeah, it was really fun.
Well, I go with my cousin to the farm. I wanted to learn with him because he joined to the farmer year of the farm, and I wanted to learn more. And I came, so my mom said, so I can come to learn more. So when I go, I'm boosted.
And what are some of the things that you've learned this week?
Well, I learned about sheeps, tilapias, bees, and planting and factory. So I like to go to the farm, and I want to grow in the farm and provide foods for the city.
We'll take our last break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
Best Care Pharmacy in Belmopan is the #1 choice for your health and well-being. We stock medical supplies, blood, and glucose.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
In the heart of Belmopan, there's a pharmacy that cares for more than just prescriptions. Medicare Plus Pharmacy, genuine patient and community-centered care, isn't just a promise, it's what we deliver every day. From medicines and wellness products to everyday essentials for you, your home, and even your pets. We're here for your entire family. Moms and expecting mothers are welcome to nurse in our private counseling room because your comfort matters. We offer diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, and medical counseling to help keep you informed and in control of your health. We support our community through blood drives, nutrition and wellness programs, and partnerships that make healthcare more accessible for everyone. And when medical information feels overwhelming, our trained staff takes the time to explain, guide, and support you so you can confidently manage your health and improve your quality of life. Medicare Plus Pharmacy Belmopan, genuine patient and community-centered care, always.
When the job demands more, Milwaukee Power Tools are designed to handle the toughest jobs on the construction site. If it's speed, durability, and performance you need, Milwaukee is the perfect choice. For unstoppable power at an unbeatable price, make it Milwaukee. Nothing but heavy duty. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Prime Minister John Pinelo met with United States Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau in Washington, D.C. on Thursday to discuss areas of mutual cooperation and reaffirm the long-standing partnership between Belize and the United States. According to the government of Belize, the discussions focused on strengthening bilateral relations through greater collaboration in economic development, national security, and regional stability. Prime Minister Pinelo also welcomed continued progress on Belize's Millennium Challenge Cooperation Compact, highlighting its potential to support the country's development priorities, particularly in education and the energy sector. The two officials also discussed expanding cooperation to combat transnational organized crime and drug trafficking, addressing irregular migration through coordinated regional efforts, and strengthening trade and commercial ties to promote investment and economic growth. Prime Minister Pinelo expressed appreciation for the enduring relationship between Belize and the United States and reaffirmed the commitment to working closely with both countries. Today, the Goldson House for Democracy and Patriotism commemorated the 103rd anniversary of the birth of one of Belize's two national heroes, the Right Honorable Stanley Philip Wilberforce Goldson. Born in Belize City on July 25, 1923, Goldson was a journalist, politician, and activist who co-founded both the People's United Party and the United Democratic Party. In celebration of his outstanding life and service to Belize, the Institute for Social and Cultural Research hosted free public tours of the Goldson House in Belmopan.
Well, today's event was to highlight the legacy and life of the Right Honorable Philip Goldson. His birthday is tomorrow and he will be 103 years old. However, given that the space is open Monday to Friday, we thought it pertinent to have the event today. So we invited children from the Helping Hands Resource and Intervention Center, the Goldson family, and other members of the community to attend. It was just a
Among his many achievements, Goldson is recognized as one of the longest-serving members of the House of Representatives, serving the Albert constituency from 1965 to 1998. He also became Belize's first leader of the opposition in 1969 and was the first Belizean statesman to address the United Nations General Assembly on the Guatemalan claim back in 1967. Following Hurricane Janet in 1955, Goldson played a pivotal role in the urban development of Corozal. Despite losing his sight to glaucoma in 1978, he remained active in public life and became a pioneer for persons living with visual impairments by helping to advance social services for the blind. His legacy is further reflected through the Philip S.W. Goldson Airport, named in his honor, and his posthumous conferment as a national hero in September of 2008. And that's the news. Thank you for joining us. From all of us here at PlusTV, have a good night. God bless.